Assalamu alaikum. We're continuing the interview with Munaza Muhammad and Muksana Rahman, co-owners of Philly Muslim Travel.
Y'all got to stop.
I'm gonna get there. Listen, I keep saying covered in beauty instead of covered in business. So
y'all got to stop it. Stop it. All right, so we was finishing up with things that we have.
Yeah, some events coming up.
Yeah, some events coming up. That's what we were talking about. What's new is we're getting ready to give you guys. Do you want to go in order of what's going on, like the Vermont? Okay, so we're going to Vermont in December. We're doing I think we talked about it before, but we're doing a road trip to Vermont. We're going to a ski resort for the weekend, all inclusive, everything. We have a big giant house for our members. We got food, ski activities. We're gonna be playing games. It's gonna be litty. See? She said
litty. Okay. All right. So I got a question.
Yes.
Can I get parts of it?
Can you get parts?
This is November what? You knew that we was going, didn't you?
But by the time I heard it, and it was like,
that's why you should have joined back at the iftar and what?
That's what it was? Oh, listen, all right. What had happened was.
See, this is the thing. When you're a member, you know what's going on.
You have to wait.
You get a monthly calendar. That's one thing we didn't go over that as far as when you are a member. You asked how much the cost was. It's $9.99 a month or $99.99 for the year.
Yes.
Each month you get a calendar of events that's going on for us. And we do have events monthly, as well as our meet and greets. Where our meet and greets, where we kind of went over that, was just to kind of get together, know each other, and kind of build from there. And we also always try to do like one event within it. For this month, we're going to do an escape room, inshallah.
The escape room is going to be fun.
Inshallah.
So, as a member, as a business, you pre-plan your events. How far in advance do you plan? So, if I decide to join in December, because November is over for the most part. If I decide to join in December, will I know in December what I'll be eligible for the December events, or do I have to wait till January?
As soon as you join, you're automatically able to, participate in any activities that.
So I'm gonna join now, so I can go to Vermont.
Now, see, the Vermont, that's a little different. Now, when you talk about trip, you have to, honestly, we have to pay for things in advance. So therefore, it is, it was kind of booked up. We may be able to finagle some things around for you, so we'll talk after the show. But for those people out there, we need for you to join before. Honestly, we do need for you to join before, because we have to prepare. We have to know how many people we're getting our house for, rooms for, transportation, these things like
sleep
that.
on the floor. Just saying.
We can finagle some things around.
I'm actually to my audience and to the sisters, mashallah. These are actually just questions that people would throw out and think that they are obliged to these things solely because I paid my $10 and you said you're going to Vermont. I want to go. Why can't I go?
Right. So therefore, what happens is when you join, you will get a calendar of events, okay, as far as what's going on, and we'll send you what's going on. So for instance, if you join today, you'll get information about our next upcoming trip, which is not Vermont. You have passed the deadline, the threshold for Vermont. So you will know ahead of time. If you think that you're going to go to Vermont at this point, unfortunately, we're going to have to let you know that, that time has passed. However, going forward, and we sent you out this information in the email. Okay, so it's important to check your emails if you're a member.
They don't check their emails. I text everybody.
And make sure that if you do not get a response, that you call the person to make sure
to follow up.
Exactly, just in case, because if
we
you
have
don't have
some members.
You say for us to call our members, you're saying?
No.
Oh, you said for us to call our members?
But let me tell you something.
Our website that we use lets us know what emails did not go through, so we can, However, we cannot call each person. We have over 40 members.
And they can see who checked the email.
Absolutely. So we have over 40 members. We cannot.
Well, that actually, alhamdulillah, that's a good thing. I'm glad that you brought that up, Aisha. Alhamdulillah, she designed it. So having the ability to check to see if the person opened it, it ultimately helps you to manage, maybe I need to send this out again because 75% of my client members have not seen an email. So maybe I sent it at an inopportune time where it bypassed, got into junk and spam or whatever.
And I do
We send out
text message
Exactly.
and tell you, listen, check your emails because we sent out some important information. Certain people we have, if we didn't get a response through email, through text message, and we need a response because maybe you're going on a trip, we need to know if you're still doing it, et cetera, et cetera. We have made calls to, one, check up on you, make sure you're okay, and two, to see if you're still interested in the thing that you paid for, that you said you was interested in, et cetera, et cetera.
But please keep in mind, honestly, really, we have our own, other things, personal lives, things like that. And like I said, alhamdulillah, we have over 40 members now. So we can't call each member.
Of course, and I don't actually expect you
work
to.
and think, so we try, we do our due diligence, so we respect that you, expect that you do the same on your part.
I'm sorry, Aisha has a question.
Yes, Aisha, we're sorry.
I don't like the fact that my account was deactivated.
Because you didn't pay.
There is, ladies and gentlemen. No, that's a good point, though. That is a good point.
And we just
Listen, okay, because I want automatic deductions.
Is that possible?
It is possible. I want automatic deductions. Like you said, we do all have personal lives, and all my bills directly come out of my account.
Okay, no problem.
Because I'm horrible with paying bills.
A lot of people.
I know, and of course it's only
We have to
$10.
know our truths.
Yeah, it's only $10. However, 10 minutes, like it's not like a click. You know what I
You
mean?
don't have the
It's steps.
ability yet.
So I just this weekend we will go over it and we will make it automatic deduction.
Yes, because
Well,
a few of our members did. One, they thought that it was automatic. So when it's like they're asking questions like, okay, well, how come I can't log in no more, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, oh, you're no longer a member because you have to.
But again, I just want to just follow up. We do send out emails prior to you before you're deactivated. We don't just cut off your account. We do let you know prior to, hey,
So you have a.
Is there a grace
basically,
period?
We're not going to just, if you don't make a payment, that's not it at all.
You have a system that you following up. So
absolutely.
when you're contacting your members, you're sending them out the information and then a follow up and such like that.
So it's not.
So
just
let me ask a question. A person, well, I can't say like me, but a person that is not technologically
savvy.
Yeah. How do you handle that? I want to join.
Talking
there's
to
no
people that
problem.
you handle.
Yeah, I have people that's like that.
We have a lot of older sisters, older boss sisters that they could just travel.
We're very diverse.
But they so they call her up and she, step by step and help them out.
Look, this is the thing. Again, we're going to try every effort to accommodate you anywhere we can. So if it's meaning that, I have to call you when you're available, then, we'll do so. Whatever the case may be, we'll try to manage it for you, in any way we can. So it's not like we're just going to leave you out there to the wolves. We'll do anything that we can. We want to make sure that you feel comfortable with us, that we gain your trust, and because that starts the relationship on the good foot.
Yeah.
So if starting here isn't right, then why would I want to travel with you? Why do I feel safe giving you my money?
Right.
So $10, you can't get that in order. Why am I going to give you thousands of dollars? So again, we're going to always do our best to accommodate you.
So, like I said, at first, in the beginning, it was kind of, I think people was trying to fill us out to make sure, but now, people like,
when they see the
I want
trips,
to go to Vermont, I want to go here. The sister, she just texted us yesterday?
Yes.
She was in our group for a while, but coming to the meet and greets, listening to us talk about the different events, because we always bring up the events that we're about to go on that the people missed. Like, listen, you missed the deadline, but we about to have fun with her. We about to do this. We got a house.
So you just gonna rub it in my head.
Listen, you have to be on it.
Your question, T, that you asked in regards to people who join the group, what can they look forward to? And I was saying that we give out the calendar. For instance, we give you enough time and we try to accommodate you in that order. We're going to our first international trip that we're having is scheduled for April, inshallah, to
UAE.
So, we have payment options set up for that. And as a new member, if you want to join so that you can go, join y'all, But, if you want to join to go with us, we'll try to accommodate you, if we can. But, again, we try to do everything that we can, but we can't hold up the process for anyone else. So yeah, it might be late for one trip, but that doesn't mean that's going to, set you back from any other, going forward.
Right.
So you'll always know what's going on. You'll always know, if it, unfortunately, if it's too late for that trip that has passed. But we try to get you, on board.
Yeah.
So procrastinating, you pay the price.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I tell people all the time, because even when we decided about the Vermont trip,
Oh, we did this back
a
in
long time ago.
I think this was July or August.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, when I first posted it up, everybody, it was hundreds of people. Oh my God, I want to go, I want to join.
And now,
You
Right.
get 10.
how many is
10 out
that?
of 100.
Yeah,
Right. It's
exactly.
and people still, y'all still going to Vermont?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Well,
We
now
are
it's
still
kinda
going,
late
but
put down the money for our house that we have.
Right.
We have to make certain arrangements.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
we kind of, I guess
people
that we can
just
try and
was
make
trickling
arrangements,
in.
but at this point, it's, a month away.
yeah. But I always told Rosana from the beginning, I said, once we go on our first international trip, everybody's going to want to join. You're going to see all those pictures, because who wouldn't want to go on a trip? Because honestly, most people have issues with finding someone to travel with them. That's most people's issues. I haven't met somebody that wasn't an issue, where something came up with the other person, you had to end up going by yourself because you already paid the money and they bailed out, or you started the planning process and now they like, oh, I can't go because this, because that, so you don't go. It's always like an issue. So, just having that luxury of traveling and not having to worry about who am I going to travel with.
And also another plus as far as our group is concerned, if you travel with family or friends who are not Muslim, it's never the
Not the
same.
same.
It's never the same experience. Oh, can you hold on a second? I gotta go pray. Oh, I don't do those kind of things. Or I don't.
I don't drink.
stuff.
I don't.
That's what I'm saying. So it's always a different kind of. It's never that comfortability. You know what I mean? With the group, you don't have to worry about that. We're reminded for
Going
each
to
other.
Juma,
So
you know what I mean? So
it's just an added pleasure
Yeah.
in your comfort zone.
yeah,
You know.
you don't have to worry about that. Everybody's a dime clock is going to go off at the same time. We'll stop to pray, so you don't have to really worry about. You know what I mean?
As far as I think it was a question in regards to passports, the importance of passports or something. Passport is absolutely important. It's like ID.
2018.
So
You know,
so we asked that question when you joined.
Yeah, that's one of the virtues.
Do you have
Do you have a valid passport?
I got a ballot and I got peaches. Just waiting for stamps.
Yes.
So come on and join.
Yeah, come on.
Get
Because
those
listen,
tickets.
I always say, I was going to post this out there, but I'm like, listen, if you get rid of cable, that's like a $200 a month
Yes.
bill.
Say it again.
Get rid of cable, put that $200 a month in your saving pot for a trip. You'll have, what's that? 200 times, what's that, 2,400 or something like that?
Get one of those
$2,400.
fire sticks.
Yeah.
But you still got to pay internet, too.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Well,
this
We
is-
need internet.
We need something. Yes, we need internet.
well, you know
We're
what?
not
That's why the dollar
You know
internet,
what?
but we need internet.
You still need internet?
You need Wi-Fi.
Well, you
I don't have
can.
internet. I don't
But you
have
know what?
TV.
I'm gonna tell you the reality is
Wait.
Munaza is actually right. She's dying over here. She's like, "What do you mean you don't have a TV?" I had to really reevaluate when Absolute Treasures was my sole source of income. I really had to reevaluate how I spent money. So in looking at, a $200 cable bill to watch TV, and I don't even watch TV like that.
'Cause you only
I'm
watch
watching
like
the same
2 channels.
basic channels.
Right.
So I went and got a $19.99 antenna, and it worked. Like, oh, okay. I watched 3 stations for the most part. I follow Facebook, and I find out any other show because they're going to give me play-by-play. Your priorities is
Yeah,
definitely
you can
what
watch
you
something
make
on your phone, really.
it.
Not
Yeah.
if you don't have Wi-Fi.
You got
She
know
has
what?
unlimited
That's all
data.
up there.
She
But if
has
not,
unlimited. You have unlimited.
But, yeah, me too.
Some
High five.
don't have unlimited data.
Yes.
You get a
But you know what? The reality is how you spend. No, she's absolutely right. You spend $100 for a cell phone, but that cell phone gives you the Wi-Fi, the most you can use your
Right.
phone
The
as a
hotspot.
hotspot, and so on
Right.
and so forth. So it's definitely
And
ways
if you don't
around
have
it if
it,
you want
then
to.
you need to change
It's
your
an investment.
provider.
I mean, that's
You'll
our
save hundreds
reality.
of thousands of dollars.
Whatever it is that
You want to make
value.
away for what you want to make away for.
Right.
Right.
I said make away.
Yeah.
So, when you're looking at it from a group, so everything is group rates and such like that, or is it when you're going away? So is it, when you say all inclusive, you really mean all inclusive? I just go there with my few spending
Are you
dollars and
speaking in regards to like the Vermont
Trips.
trip? Or
Not all trips are not all inclusive. I'm saying the Vermont trip.
okay. So some of your trips are all inclusive, where I just show up and that's it. I don't have to worry
we
about
give an
any other money.
itinerary so that you'll know exactly what to expect, what'll be included for your money prior to you even registering or paying any money. You know what I mean? We'll give you, let you know this is what, for our UAE, they receive, an itinerary, basic itinerary first, just letting them know, okay, this is what's, what is available, this is what you get, these are your meals. And then once we got, more detailed information, okay, these are the meals that goes with it. This is, we'll have an actual day-by-day itinerary that we'll give out.